Hello everybody, welcome, my name is Ryan, and today we're playing some Civ 6, but not as you know it. Civ 6, a game with over 50 leaders, 50 civilizations, a whole multitude of abilities, units, districts, improvements, synergies, tactics, and recently we've been exploring how important they are. We ran a game where we had no traits, no abilities whatsoever. The game proved quite tricky, and it got me thinking, how important are different aspects of a civilization? Which is the most important bit? The district, the building, the leader ability, the unit ability, the civilization ability generally, or is it just the synergy and the tactics that all of them have combined? Well, we have a way of testing that today because we are playing as Gilgamesh, but not a Gilgamesh that you will recognize. This is the district collector, and oh boy, has he collected a lot of districts. The premise of this mod is simple. It was created by two long-term friends of the channel, Roman Holiday and Nanogalactic, and it even comes with a little bit of backstory. Gilgamesh wanted a change of pace and moved to the Netherlands to collect unique districts in his mother's basement. Once there, his massive forearms triggered societal collapse, so the noble Gilgamesh took charge. What a hero. And so Gilgamesh, without abilities, leads the Netherlands without abilities, but he still has all his districts. And the choice very much has been put towards the Netherlands because, to quote Nanogalactic, I like to bully Ryan with their city names. Thanks so much. I do like the fact that the picture of this mod is one of my pictures. Love it. Great choice. Just saying, I haven't seen a great artist mod recently. Have anyone want to do that? Just saying. So yes, this is in some ways a little bit silly. Gilgamesh now has every single unique district, or at least one of every type. Not every district, but one of every type. That in itself is very powerful, but how powerful is it? Because we have no leader ability, we have no nation ability, and we have no units, or unique units. Are we able to string together a strategy that encompasses a decent amount of these unique districts into something that can be glorious, or will we find that the slightly scattergun approach of this civilization causes, in the mod maker's own words, societal collapse? As usual, the save file is in Discord, as well as all of the mods that I use on this channel, including the mod you'll need to play this game. We're going for a 4-player mirror map today, because this mod's either going to be really tricky or really easy. So, nice small mirror map, Deity difficulty, standard speed, no game modes. Let's get district collecting. But before we get started today, this is Ursaber. Ursaber was expelled from Oxford University's Civ 6 program. Sad, alone, scared, Ursaber made his way to the fabled Promised Land, the University of Sancor. But unfortunately, the vampire Lord Sucklington refused to let Ursaber attend without 50,000 signatures on his application to enroll. So Ursaber travelled. Whilst looking for subscribers, Ursaber was trapped by crabs, and the evil Crustus the Enraged. All seemed lost. Ursaber would go no further. He had failed. But then, to the east, they arrived. The early bears. Freeing Ursaber from crabtivity, the early horde marched straight to the University of Sancor, screeching, "Huzzah!" at the doors till Lord Sucklington had no option but to let Ursaber in. He had done it. With the early bears' help, he had enrolled. Thank you, everyone. You really do make dreams come true. Now all Ursaber has to do is pass his first year, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Right? Turn 1, and when I look at the districts I've got, we are presented with a whole heap of problems. Namely, some of these districts are incredibly difficult to place. Just like a regular encampment, the Ikanda must be away from my capital, and the Abanza must be on rainforest or wood. The Bath has to be adjacent to the city centre. The Acropolis must be on a hill tile, ideally a hill next to your city centre. The Hansa wants to be next to the Bath, but the Hansa also wants to be next to the Sugaba, but the Sugaba wants to be next to the Lavra, which is just doing its own thing. There's actually going to be a lot of different thought processes going in here to trying to make a strategy that actually works. There are some things that I have figured though. If we're going to be going cultural, there is some good synergy here. Acropolis likes to be next to any other district. Making a religion with Lavra means we're going to be getting a lot more writer, artist, and temple points, which in turn helps our writers for the Acropolis, and that will feed into synergy for the Sugaba, which wants to be next to the Lavra anyway. Once we put a lot of Sugabas down and Bath districts, we'll also then be able to put lots of Hansa down, which leaves us with the Akanda and Sewon. Now Sewon is tricky because it doesn't want to be next to anything. Akanda is very much a military focused thing and will probably be later into the game where that's really useful. As soon as we get the military academy, then it becomes one of the strongest units in the game for printing units, especially with the Sugaba, which makes units cheaper. Honestly, there's going to be crazy synergies here. And finally, the Street Carnival and then Copacabana will of course make the Acropolis even stronger. I think Gilgamesh is possibly going to go for a religious, cultural, productive strategy using a Kothon, Akanda and Hansa build in a couple of cities to produce settlers and a Pingala Acropolis led lineup in the others. And again, looking at this start, getting all of that to work is going to be really tricky. We have a luxury honey there as well as some cattle, a little bit of desert, lots of floodplain, a plains hill, some olives. What I think I'm going to do is settle on this tile and then possibly use the hill next door to make my +2 Acropolis. I will want to put a Lavra down, but maybe I'll go for the desert Pantheon. I'm not entirely sure. It depends on what's around me. As you can see, there is actually a little bit more desert over there. But certainly with the amount of districts I've got, I think settling on the luxury actually makes more sense than settling on the hill, because hills are important for districts. Luxuries are just going to remove my ability to settle logically because I've been wanting to put everything everywhere. Amsterdam. I can pronounce that city at any rate. Here we go. Very, very high food start. We've got a 3-1 tile and then a 3 tile. So 4 turns into the first pop. Let's get a scout out as soon as possible. And we will go for astrology first because the Lavra gets an extra great profit point. That will help me to get my religion really quickly. And seeing as we're not going for Russia today, maybe Feed the World Lavra works better because then that will encourage me to get the shrines, temples and worship buildings in order to feed those points back in for the writers, artists and musicians. Although if we do get the Desert Pantheon, maybe that's the one we want as well. There's going to be a lot of variability with this game. I know I say this all the time, but if you haven't played any of my games on this channel before, if you haven't been to Discord to get the save files and the mods, this is one you really want to have a go with, because I bet if, say, me and all, I don't know, 20, 30,000 people watching this video get to actually play this, I bet we'll all play it differently. I bet everyone will come up with a different strategy. Zanzibar, first meet as well. Now, the mirror map, if you haven't seen this before, is a 4-player map that looks a little bit like a times, or like a multiplication symbol. Letter X. I don't know whether or not I'm going to be in the bottom left, bottom right, top left, or top right, but there is synergy and there is symmetry. So whatever's going on will be replicated across. Now, normally what happens is there is a natural wonder in the middle. If we find everyone really quickly, we should be able to get a golden age. I'm also thinking as well, maybe golden age is going to be really easy to do because all of these are unique districts. So in theory, there should be no difficulty getting era score at all. Probably. Let's see if that works out. I don't know. I'm also suddenly seeing here, hang on, look at this as a strategy. I could go for another city above, put the culture district down, and then already we're looking at getting a very, very happy Bath setup here, which would mean that we can go the double Hansa like this, which would be quite useful. I mean, we're looking quite far into the far future here, so I don't want to put too many pins down. As I say, I know people say this all the time, oh, so you're putting a pin on a luxury, you're not going to bribe the game into putting a resource on that tile. Look, it's as soon as you put any form of general idea in pins on the game, the AI will look at that and go, oh, is that what you want to do? Is that what you want to do? Tough. Oh, I got astrology in a tribal hut. Haha, it's not really what I wanted, but it does mean that I can get the Lavra a little quicker. Oh, sod it. I am pinning. I'm pinning everywhere. If I don't pin, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed with myself. What if I do go Bath? Go for the industrial zones. Where do the holy sites go in this combination? Well, what I could do is Sugaba for the industrial zone, and then holy site in order to make the Sugaba better, and then possibly go for a desert pantheon there. That's an incredibly complicated setup. This is going to be the game for pins, everyone. I don't normally pin this heavily, but this is going to be a pinning game. How big is the desert? The desert's big. There is a Barb camp right next door. That's not good. Fine, you come back. Zanzibar's pretty close. They might come and deal with this Barb camp themselves if I'm lucky, but we will try and squeeze a slinger out, I think, just to give us a tiny bit more firepower in case the Barbs come a-knocking. There is Auckland, first meet again. I don't get a production towards the slinger, but it's also good to know that Auckland could give me production. So a Kothon city making settlers, that is also something that could be very handy. If I'm looking for somewhere that could have a Kothon. It also has a lot of woods or hills so that we can put a lot of industry down. That would also be cool. Mysticism. The boost is okay, but I was always going to get a Pantheon, so maybe that's not the best thing. There's astrology. We got it. Let's get animal husbandry. I don't think horses can put down on any of these tiles because they're floodplain, but we'll see how that goes. Looks like the Barbs are actually going to be dealt with by the city-states here, but if I can swoop in and get the kill, that would be amazing. We'll see if that works. Barbs have found me from the other direction now. This is going to be a lively start. I am moving my scout away. I know I could keep the scout around just to try and help kill the Barbs, but I would rather get the Iriscore from just exploring around the world. Okay, code of laws, stick God King in, stick discipline in. Okay, the Barbs are being dealt with, but not super quickly. Maybe I can run in here? Maybe. Don't know. We'll see. Depends how aggressively. Nope, Zanzibar's taking it. That's no bad thing. That means we can actually send our units in this direction so we can go and find the Barbs. Lavra, 5 turns. This is one thing I am going to enjoy with this mod. All of the districts are effectively 50% of the cost. They're all cheaper. Lavra goes down. The adjacency here is non-existent, but we are going to be hopefully putting a pretty good arrangement of things down that just all help. Look at this. We're chaining pairs of districts down in order to get the adjacencies. This could work. If I can get the Desert Pantheon, maybe work ethic would work well here because we're going to get +4 on that Lavra, another +2 on this one. But I'm also thinking feed the world. And the reason for feed the world is if we get 6 extra food in a city, that will help get us 3 more citizens, which is 1 more district. And getting the districts is really handy when you've got so many specialty districts. I know work ethic is really good. There's Pantanal. I would have boosted it anyway. You see, this tribal village was totally pointless. How dare you? You are pointless. Get back to the jungle, you cretins. Yeah, it's all going to be about collecting districts. We are the district collector. I think we're going to make a good effort to get every single district in this game. Like every single one. That's going to be kind of half of the challenge to make sure we don't specialize so much as a nation. We genuinely want to be able to get different types of cities, the different types of environmental setups, and really change our planning accordingly. We'll see if it works. I don't know if that's going to work. We'll see. There you are, Mr. Scout. My slinger gets a little pot shot on you, but the warrior will come in, cross the river, or at least hold this river and stop the Barbs from coming through. We're being aggressive here. We are trying to take the fight to the Barbs. Oh, Canada, I've done a full AI on you here. Honored to meet you. Exchanging capitals is great. They are above me. Okay, so it looks like I'm either bottom left or bottom right. But I swoop in and steal the tribal village. That's normally what the AI does. I didn't actually see what I got, though. What did I get? Anyone see what I got? Was it population? No, it was a builder. It was a builder. Oh, that is handy. All right, we're going to keep you by the cattle. Yeah, I know there was an opportunity to get Great Zimbabwe here, but it was always unlikely, so we won't worry about that too much. We're worried about districts this game, not necessarily wonders. I mean, maybe wonders will make a big part of it. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Johannesburg, I think Canada will have found them. They have, but 2 industrial and 1 commercial or mercantile city-state. That's kind of the way the game's pointing us right now, and that's fine. Horseback riding, done. No one has any... Oh no, somebody just last turn has got a profit point, and then we've got some writer points and everything going down as well, so good to know. Actually, Canada, do you want the honey? It's nowhere near as much gold as I want for honey. So the Barbs are spawning. That in itself isn't good. I don't know if we're going to have enough troops here to fight all of this off. Let's rush Archer. Just in case, you know? Just in case. Yeah, they're attacking me across the river. That's exactly what I wanted them to do. The lava is no accident, but a result of the unique genius of our people. All the Russian people. Gilgamesh did not steal this from them. Trust me. Okay, the slinger is just chilling whilst this warrior holds the river pass. This is working well, and if I was to get a shrine right now, I would get another profit point, but also a writer point, and that would be quite handy. Equally 10 turns to get a settler just to the north to go and settle on that tile. That's also a pretty cool idea. Do I think the Barbs are going to be a problem? Probably. Let's go shrine. I think focusing on the lava here is going to be the play for us. Coupe. Oh, I haven't seen Coupe on a mirror map like this for a long time. They normally start very strong. All right, well, we know the last person's going to be, they're going to be in the bottom right. Good to know. And Chinguetti. Oh, this is going to be really good synergy for all of our trade routes. I do want 1 trade route in every city. They were the ones to get the holy site, by the way. Good to know. Yep, they're attacking across the river, and we managed to tank both of those hits. Keep the fortification. You're doing well, warrior. Actually, you're going to level up before you die. That's awesome. Coupe want my honey? Kind of. It's not enough though. It's not enough. I want more gold than that. Oh, more barbs arriving. Okay. A lot more barbs. Do I think I can tank all of these hits? I think if I actually slinger attack here and then fortify, I reckon we can probably tank this. Let's see if my gamble pays off, eh? 1, 2, 3. Yes, we did tank the hit. I can keep the fortification, give myself battle cry. God, the amount of barbs that are being produced though. Let's bring the slinger back home. We're going to retreat the warrior back next turn to that wood. Okay, a couple of attacks. That's not good. It's not good. We've taken a bit of damage here, but we've thinned out the barbs considerably. All right, pull you back here and you should be good to get home next turn, hopefully. Okay, yep, bronze working boosted because we got that kill. Get a turn of healing, Mr. Slinger. We're almost within boost range for archery. Theodora is the last person, so religion will be gobbled up rapidly in this game. Byzantium, Maori, Canada. Wow, very cultural, very religious. See how this works. I'm waiting for enough gold to just outright buy a settler. If we can do that, that would be very nice indeed. Here come the Barbs. The Barbs are going to be attacking aggressively, but we can retreat to safety. I've left this farm just so that at some point someone will want to come and pillage it, and it works well for me. That sounds a bit weird, I know, but what we want to do is get the Barbs to just be a little bit confused in terms of their pathing, what they want to do, give them too many choices. That means we can get multiple attacks from Amsterdam, get garrison up, get the archer up, get mining up. This is just a good way for us to fix this. Shrine is now done. Means we're going to be getting 3 profit points and 1 writer point. Excellent. 1 more slinger. Then when I upgrade, I should be able to get multiple archers at the same time. And okay, the AI is immediately going for pyramids. We should have expected that given how much desert there was at the start. Okay, now they've just taken the bait. That's great. That gives me another turn. Means that this warrior can just fix themselves up for a second. This is fine. I don't mind this at all. We're 1 slinger kill away from the archer in Amsterdam, and that'll be awesome. Look at this. Bam. 83 damage. Oh, Byzantium's already got 3 cities. I guess that is Deity. That's of course what they're going to do. It's interesting to watch what the AI does. So they went down the river and then up it at the same time. So they've gone for this area and this area, which to be honest, these look like decent settling spaces. I don't mind that as an idea. What pantheons have people gone through? Has anyone gone for a pantheon? Desert folklore. All right, Coupe's gone desert folklore, so we didn't grab that. And then religious settlements. So we're going to have to choose from something else. The massive hurricane is just spinning out from the coast, but dude, kind of half deciding to come in and hasn't yet. Let's just hope that doesn't hit. My first question that I always ask is how much marsh? Where is the marsh on this map? Not much at all. What about desert floodplain? Little bit. So, I mean, reeds and marshes would give me a tile that I could work almost immediately. Divine Spark gives me already another profit point, and it would also sync up really nicely with the theatre squares, with the Lavras. We should be able to just burn through great writers, especially because Coupe isn't going to be competing with these on me. That's not a bad idea. Culture from pastures would help me get through the tree really quickly. We've already got 1 working. God of the Forge if we were going for a particularly heavy start, which I'm not planning on going for a heavy start. Might be a little bit more peaceful. I guess actually River Goddess is also really good as well. 2 amenities and 2 housing would let me build really gigacities. We haven't used this in ages, and this used to be my favorite by a long way. And rivers on this map are pretty good. They're not everywhere, but there's enough rivers to make this work. Yeah, River Goddess. Let's just do that. Okay. That means I've now got pretty much 10% bonus yield on everything that's going on in my capital whilst we're happy like this. So let's take it. And bam. Archery boosted. Unfortunately, we didn't quite have enough there. But we'll get that next turn. Whoop. Whoa. Where are you going? Where are you going, Hurricane? What are you doing? You petered out? You've petered out. Good. Oh, it's just joking with me there. I didn't like that at all. There's the archer. We'll get another archer in 3 turns. Excellent. Big attack there. And my warrior can actually enter the fight again. Cool. We've actually knocked the barbarians back. Now, all we need to do is go and clear that encampment and we'll be laughing. Every barb that appears is another barb that I can slay. Hunza. Thirst meat. You can see there is a huge river that actually stretches over the other side of the continent. We should have loads of river room here. I am excited about this start. Bath is done. Great Bath. That is fine. We don't worry about that. And my archers are on the way to go deal with that barb camp to stop it from invading me. Mining has been finished. There is a mine. There's the boost for craftsmanship. Okay, let's get a settler out. Which next great district do we want? I think actually a Sugaba would make a lot of sense given the fact that we're going for our holy sites really quickly. And on the civic tree, we'll obviously go towards the Acropolis. So let's head, for writing. Pottery, writing, go from there. Or less bronze working. Do we think we're going to get much iron? Would iron ruin my plans? My Yeah, it would actually. I want to get a lot of these districts down before I get iron working. I don't trust it very much at all. Switch over to urban planning. Takes a tiny bit of time off our settler there. And we'll go for state workforce. Maybe we'll get the government plaza up quickly. I don't know if we will. Might be a second city thing. Ugh, Barbs. Barbs will always find your scouts, making your scouts all not totally useless, but makes it definitely harder to use them. One thing I really liked about Millennia actually was how tough scouts are on the defense. It was a nice touch that. It means you can actually use them a lot more. Canada's going to actually nip in here and kill the Barb outpost. But to be honest, as long as the outpost is dead and gone for, I'm not so fast. Coupe is rushing towards a religion here. I don't like that. They're suddenly up to 4 points. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to do this in 6 turns. I'm actually going to have to rush for a holy site prayers in order to get this done. I do not want them getting first religion. If they grab feed the world, unhappy Ursa. Now they've gone classical republic, so they're going to do it really quickly. This is very much unhappy Ursa if this goes through. Watching this like a hawk. Maybe I can buy the first profit if I'm lucky. Don't you dare. Nope, they're just leaving it alone. They're leaving it alone. There's also the possibility that even if they pick up the profit, maybe they can't get the religion back the same turn. Oh no, they've done it. They've gained the profit. They've gone Hinduism and they've got feed the world. Come on. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. Okay. I guess we're not getting feed the world today. I can't believe that. If only we had done that a couple times before. There you go. People often ask me, do I truly not save scum? Do you think I would let that go through into a video if I save scummed? We play a game whether we like to or not. All right, well, what are we left with then? We are going to have a religion that generates a huge amount of faith because we want to get the shrines, we want to get the temples in for the great people points. So why don't we just double that up with theatre square buildings and go Jesuit education? That's not a bad idea. Or we could go for the Sugabas and then go religious community and get the extra gold. I think we haven't been for Jesuit education in a long time. Yeah, warrior monk rush. That would be really cool. Had we got the desert pantheon, I'd be more tempted to go for work ethic. I think we're going to go Jesuit. Now, we know reliquaries works. That's always fun. We won't bother with that one for now. And the Gurdwara, well, at least it's like a mini feed the world. It's a rubbish feed the world, but it's a mini feed the world. We'll just have to live with it, won't we? I both cannot believe that and I can believe it all at the same time. I really, never mind. It'll be fine. 7 turns. Era score on such a small map is actually proving to be a little bit tricky. I am moving my units off to go and search for barb camps, but I'm not really finding anything. Oh, speaking of, I have just found one. It's not being occupied right now. Maybe if we can squeeze out one more unique district, which is unlikely in this city because the the Soul one is not going to be able to be placed without ruining something. Either my mine, which would make a really bad one, or I'd have to replace a couple of districts around here. No, that's the one district that doesn't play well with others, you know? Settler, finished. Go and settle over there. Maybe we just go for a normal age and we just go for a crazy golden age into medieval. Maybe that's the play here. Writing and currency. Yeah, maybe we will just go for the trade route immediately. City state wanted the trade route. Zanzibar. Oh, it is the closest one. Okay, we could easily get a trade route going pretty quick. Barb camp and tribal village here. That'll be 2-3 era score. Yeah, if we just got one unique district down here, one of them. Oh, Amsterdam could not do that if it tried. Maybe the second city could if I bought builder and then like rushed it by chopping something. It would be expensive, but we could get the golden age if we wanted to. But the thing is what would we do with it? Golden age Sugaba science is probably the answer to that. 7 gold per turn now on honey. Okay, right. Now options are starting to appear. How much do I want to force this? Because I can force it, but it would really, really be forced. I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to force the issue. A normal age is not the worst thing that could happen to me here. Tilburg. Yeah, I mean, this is what I mean. We could get ourselves a nice campus, but 4 turns left. Buy the builder. 3 turns left, move it over. 2 turns left, chop. 1 turn left, move it. So we'd only get 1 chop probably, unless we went this way and then we could chop both that and the stone. If we had masonry, we don't have masonry. No, I'm not going to force it. I could force it, but I'm not going to. Be content with what you have, Ursa. Instead, I'm going to sell, or which luxury would be easier to sell? No, hang on. We'll wait for it. It will go up a little bit higher than that. 20 diplomatic favor from a a tribal village. Interesting. Canada will buy it for 100 gold. Ooh, okay. Well, no, there's only 2 turns left, but maybe there's still something we can do? Question? I don't think there is there? We committed. It's a normal age. Okay, that pretty much guarantees us the golden age next time around, though. Not too fast, because now, actually, Byzantium didn't hit it either. Now we can go for 3 inquiry, which gives us an almost endless source of era score and a governor title, which I'm going to send over to Armani, who's going to go to Auckland, and we're going to start to Armani tour as well as getting this source of horse in Amsterdam for a huge amount of food and production. Lovely. Okay, there's the final city-state. It's a culture city-state, and with a thirst meat, that's actually a huge boost of culture for me. Love it. Here's the Diplo favor. I will sell that, and now we're going to go and make the trader to boost currency. Oh, that's a lot of barbs. Yep, I think that scout may be dead. Let's see if it survives all of this. Oh, yeah, Coupe distracted for a bit. Okay, cool. Run away. Yep, Zanzibar, Envoy. We're going to try and do as many of these Envoy quests as we can. Inspiration for Early Empire and Spearmen are the 2 things we've got to do here. I think Early Empire is just 6 pop, right? Yeah, we'll get that. Then we'll work on Spearmen in a second with bronze working, which we do have to put down at some point. I can't avoid it forever. Auckland bows to me. Shows me a lot of land in the middle of the map. That's quite cool. Where to next? Johannesburg. That will give me some good era score, won't it? And reveal the map to me as well. Whilst this city-state up will start giving me culture every time I finish a building. Just a small one. Second, Lavra finished. A settler done as well. I'm actually going to now cash on my luxuries. They're not giving me the bonuses they used to. We need the gold. Let's pick up the shrine immediately. Bam, like that. Excellent. We'll work on a settler in my capital and a settler in Tilburg as well. We're going to stick the card in a second to make both of those even better. Coupe, let me just get this straight, right? We want to just get this in the sand right now. If you start spreading feed the world to me, I may well accept it. No, I'm going to stop you because the thing is, there's not enough religions on this map to be playing those sort of games. Do I trust Coupe and Byzantium to actually shut each other's religions out? Probably not. So I do need to actually make sure that we spread my own religion to my own lands, which is a bit of a waste of faith. I was hoping to let that spread naturally, but it's all fine. You see, look, yep. We don't want to start that. This is not something that I want to play, this game. I'll wait until he leaves and then I'll reconvert. Normally they don't chuck all of their charges in if they've already claimed a city. Normally they just bugger off. We'll see if that proves to be correct. You gonna run? Yeah, they ran. They're just being annoying. Oh, I lost a population. Which city? Would that be my capital? Well, I've got era score from Johannesburg. Yes, that was my capital. Ooh, painful, but decent tile up there. Gee, that's a really good tile now. Oh, well, we'll get a farmer there. That's city number 3. Got an engine? These names are going to be tricky. Okay, in the name of pinning and all things that are holy. This is, of course, a fidget spinner, which means it looks a little bit like that, which means, of course, I can do something that looks a little bit like this. I don't think that is actually a dam space, is it? No, it's got a kink in a river that stops you from doing that, which is a little unfortunate. We could, of course, put a sugaba down in the middle, which would do the same thing. Well, there's lots of things that go in the middle there, but what I have noticed is that this city actually could build me a so-on, which would give me a huge amount of science and just let me punch through these early techs. Yeah, we'll do it. I want to get a little bit of diversity with my districts, just a little bit. 50% production on settlers, though. It's a small bonus, but it all helps. Next stop on the Armani tour, Hunza. Off you go. Let's start up today with Magnus. I can produce settlers quickly in a way that is sustainable. I think that would be very handy. I like just watching my religion pop up every time is quite satisfying, I won't lie. And my religion, reconverted my city. Amazing. Coupe has declared war on Johannesburg. No, Coupe, leave everyone alone. What are you doing? Naughty Coupe. Being mean today. Really just being very unnecessarily aggressive. Look, Coupe's missionary has returned. I managed to just about sneak in, but oh my lord, you're being very, very aggressive with your religion here. I'm gonna love this, by the way. The AI has gone for 2 almost identically green religions. I should have gone for a green religion myself. myself. That would have been funny. Canada's buying horses. A source of horse and Diplo favor. Excellent. Actually means we can afford immediately to go for 2 extra monuments, which doubles my culture per turn. Just helps these newer cities to grow as well. Brilliant. And bam. Now, hopefully, Coupe will refuse or look away. I don't want you converting my lands anymore. Do we have that clear? Thank you. See if they behave. They might behave, you know. Just before I generate that settler, I am going to throw down the Sugaba, just whilst I have full population, just so that it's there and ready to go. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be able to start building it. That will go down nicely for me. And these Barbs. I've left this warrior on this tile for the last 25 turns, and the Barbs just keep generating, hitting it, and then it sort of runs off. I might actually bring it back home to upgrade it, but I'm amazed at how long that survived. Canada wants my salt, but that means that I can then afford 2 dyes, which I can then, or an olive and a dye, which I can then bring to the market potentially. Anyone want to buy these? Yeah, for a lot of gold. What point do I keep them though? At what point do I want to keep all of these resources? I want to give myself enough space to let these cities grow. I don't want to jam pack everything in. So I think we're going to go for a city there and a city there that involves putting a bath down in that direction. It just means that Amsterdam, Tilburg can use all of these tiles without needing to sort of cram another city in. Although they are a bit rubbish, these tiles. Maybe this wouldn't be. No, what I'm going to do, move that down there, and then that means that I can either settle on the desert or this tile. I'll settle there. Desert's probably the better tile for era score, but it just means Amsterdam has a little bit more space. I'm just focusing on settling towards the middle of the map here just to stop the AI from grabbing all of the space. You can see Halifax is literally, as I've said there, gone for that space, which ruins my plans. Means I've got to settle there instead. A dye makes things a little bit more complicated, but I guess I can still bath over there. All right, so it's not the worst thing in the world. -7 loyalty though doesn't help. Have to wait until we get a golden age before we settle there. Yeah, Canada is just like, I'm going to settle towards everyone. This is the best thing to do. Classical Republic, done. Settlers, urban planning. Scientists being picked up a little bit. I might actually go for the scientist card just until I've got something better. And diplomatic league. I've got an envoy everywhere. Let's go charismatic leader. There's no more city-states on the map. We've done it. We've met them all. Finally, unlocking Acropolis. Yes, that's what we want to see. How is the AI doing? 5 cities for Canada, 4 for Coupe, 6 for Byzantium. 6 is very good. Imagine how much feed the worlding I'd be doing right now, though. Maybe I should have just taken Coupe's religion. It's too much of a risk. I can't do it. I run the risk of the religious victory going off and me not being part of it. I don't want to be forfeiting a game just on the gluttony, the pure envy that Feed the World gives me. I can't allow those feelings to dictate everything, you know? And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Bird, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluke 79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!